Hello students. In our today's class, we will study the next poem, Abu bin Adam, written by Leigh Hunt. Kindly keep your textbooks ready. I'll read about the poet from the box that is given on page 34. Leigh Hunt was an English poet, writer, and essayist. A firm liberal, Hunt claims through this poem that true worship is manifest through the acts of love and service that one shows one's fellow men and women. So, in this poem, girls, we see that the poet he claims that the truest form of worship is when one loves our fellow human beings. Okay, it is the greatest form of worship. Now, set in a Middle Eastern country, we have a glimpse of the life of a godly man. Godly man here refers to Abu, who is visited by a divine messenger. Divine messenger here refers to angel. At first, Ben Adam is disappointed to learn that his name is not among those who love God. He then asks his angelic visitor to at least include his name among those who loved other people. The next night, the visitor returns and shows Ben Adam the names of all people who had been blessed by God. Ben Adam is delighted to see his name heading the list. So this box, it also summarizes the poem, girls. Now, before I begin with the explanation of the poem, I'll talk about the title of the poem. Okay, why the title Abu bin Adam is apt for this poem. See girls, now as we read the poem, we will see that it's a very simple but powerful poem written by Leigh Hunt, where the poet provides to his readers that loving one's fellow beings or neighbors, it is the greatest form of worshipping God. And it is one of the greatest commandments of God, which says that love your neighbors as you love yourself. And when I say neighbor here, it not only refers to the neighbors living next door, but all the other human beings, irrespective of their race, their region, religion, their caste, gender, etc. We should not harbor hatred against anyone. So Abu's experience in this poem with the angel, it makes us aware that God wants us to love our fellow human beings. Okay, and therefore we can say that this title, Abu bin Adam, it is justified for the poem. Now this poem, girls, it is divided into 3 stanzas. It consists of 3 stanzas. The first 5 lines, it makes your first stanza. Then the next 9 lines, it makes your second stanza. And the remaining 4 lines, it makes your third stanza. Abu bin Adam, may his tribe increase, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace, and saw, within the moonlight in his room, making it rich and like a lily in bloom, an angel writing in a book of gold. Exceeding peace had made Ben Adam bold, and to the presence in the room he said, "What writest thou?" The vision raised its head, and with a look made of all sweet accord answered, "The names of those who love the Lord." "And is mine one?" said Abu. "Nay, not so," replied the angel. Abu spoke more low, but cheerly still, and said, "I pray thee, then, write me as one that loves his fellow men." The angel wrote and vanished. The next night it came again with a great wakening light. and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. And lo, Ben Adam's name led all the rest. The poem begins with the description of how Abu Ben Adam woke up from a peaceful dream. So the first two lines, Abu Ben Adam awoke one night from a deep dream of peace. So these two lines, it describes how Abu Ben Adam woke up from a peaceful dream. And after waking up from the peaceful dream, what does he see? And saw within the moonlight in his room, making it rich and like a lily in bloom. He sees that his room is illuminated by moonlight. See, here the poet has used a simile, girls. You can underline the simile, like a lily in bloom. Okay, it's a simile. So like a lily in bloom. So Abu, he got up in a room that was lit with rich moonlight, and the poet compares the atmosphere inside that room with a lily in bloom, suggesting its beauty. And in the rich moonlight, what does he see? An angel writing in a book of gold. So the room is filled with that bright light from the moon, and he sees that an angel is a messenger of God, it is busy writing in a book of gold. So in the first stanza, girls, one more point is to be noted here. See the first line. Okay, the first line of the poem, it ends with a phrase which is written within brackets, and it ends with an exclamation mark. So, may his tribe increase. It is a phrase. This phrase is a blessing by the poet who thinks that the tribe here in the sense of people like Abu, they should increase in number. And if more people like Abu are found in the world, what will happen? There will be an end to all the atrocities, as people will be only loving each other rather than hating and fighting against each other. So we understand that this phrase, may his tribe increase, it's a blessing given to Abu Ben Adam by the poet, that his tribe may increase. People like Abu Ben Adam may fill this earth. So this is all about the first stanza, girls. I hope it is clear to everyone. Kindly go through the first stanza once again. And in our next class, we shall continue with the second and the third stanza. Good day.